The PBA main event returns to Portland. The bold Portland community has turned out in great numbers and great volume. 40 of the greatest bowlers in the world have formed 8 teams of 5 as the 2016 PBA League is in session for its 4th season. For the 2nd consecutive year, bowling fans in the state of Maine welcome professional team competition in pursuit of the PBA Elias Cup. The party is just getting warmed up at Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine, getting started with a non-traditional tailgate. Fans here can't wait for the old bowl game to get underway. Best of 2-game matches in today's PBA League quarterfinals will determine teams moving on to the semifinals. Our first 2 quarterfinal matchups, Silver Lake versus New York City and Portland versus Philadelphia. Next week, LA, Motown, Brooklyn, and Dallas will do battle in pursuit of the Elias Cup. And hello again, everyone. Mike Jakubowski alongside PBA Hall of Famer Randy Peterson. Kimberly Pressler is in the middle of Bayside Bowl reporting laneside. Randy, Bayside Bowl has embraced this PBA League to create this incredible sporting environment, and we get off to a fast start. Our first match featuring both Elias Cup champions.
What? I'll tell you what, this is an atmosphere like no other in professional bowling, Mike J. What a great crowd and what a great venue. It's really a great thing to see for our sport, and the fact that Bayside Bowl in the city of Portland, Maine, have really infused new life into the PBA League competition. And you're right, we get things started off with the only 2 teams that have ever won the Elias Cup. Our first team, the KingPins, featuring Pete Weber. They're looking to rebound from a very disappointing league competition last year. Their opening opponent, the confident Mark Baker, managing the Silver Lake Adams Splitters, and they're looking to three-peat. Folks, if you like bowling, you're going to love this competition.
Could be Mark Baker's strongest team on paper. And now, let's meet the 2013 PBA League Elias Cup champions, the New York City WTT KingPins.
My ball. Yeah! Yeah!
KingPins, ready to take back the cup.
Yeah! Yeah!
Who do you think we are?
KingPins.
KingPins.
KingPins!
The lineup for the New York City WTT KingPins, leading off a 5-time PBA Tour champion with 2 major titles from Berkeley, California, Mike Fagan. The 2013 PBA League Elias Cup champion from North Tonawanda, New York, John Zerbinski. Bowling third, a 3-time PBA Tour champion with 1 major title from Mission Viejo, California, Scott Norton. Setup man in the 4-hole, the 2014 PBA Rookie of the Year from Yakima, Washington, Marshall Kent. Bowling anchor, 4th on the all-time PBA Tour titles list with 37 from St. Anne, Missouri, PBA Hall of Famer Pete Weber.
Right in the house.
The New York City WTT Kingpins are managed by USBC Hall of Famer Carolyn Doran Ballard. Here are the two-time and defending PBA Elias Cup champions, the Silver Lake Atom Splitters.
Atom Splitters going for the three-peat.
Respect the champs.
Back-to-back Elias Cup champions.
Three-peat.
The lineup for the Silver Lake Atom Splitters leading off. The three-time United States Bowling Congress Open Championships All Events winner from Fire Lake, Minnesota, Matt McNeil. In the two spot, he is the youngest ever to win the Barbasol PBA Tournament of Champions from Sweden, Jesper Svensson. Bowling third, an 18-time PBA Tour champion with 3 major titles from Double Oak, Texas, Chris Barnes. The setup man in the 4-hole. He owns 1 PBA Tour title from Riverview, Florida, Tom Doherty. Bowling anchor, the reigning PBA League Mark Roth Most Valuable Player from Columbia, South Carolina, Dick Allen. The Silver Lake Atom Splitters are managed by 4-time PBA Tour champion Mark Baker.
Three-peat! Go!
PBA League quarterfinal format, it's best of 2 Baker team matches. The first team to win 2 games will advance. In the event of a split, the match will be decided by a roll-off. And the Bowl Portland community, Randy, the players are in the horseshoe. The energy is high, and we begin the 2016 PBA League Elias Cup. Down lane side, in the middle of the mix, is our Kimberly Pressler.
I sure am, guys, and it is electrifying down here. These teams are so ready to go. But Chris, let's talk to you first. You guys are the 2-time defending champions, but you have an addition of Svensson on your team, which arguably makes you even stronger than you have been in the past. How confident are you guys that you can take the Elias Cup trophy for a 3rd year in a row?
Well, it's certainly losing guys like Craig Neifer and especially Mika, according to me. So, but nobody's hotter than Jesper. We probably have the hottest player in all the world on our team. And, you know, like most of the teams in the tournament, we can get off to a good start. I like our chances.
All right, well, good luck to your team today.
Thank you.
So, Pete, you guys won the inaugural event here, but you've fallen short since then. 2 questions to you. 1, how is the chemistry on your team right now? And 2, is this the year you guys reclaim that title?
Well, the chemistry on the team is that we can't do any worse than we did last year. So that's a good thing. As far as winning again, that's everybody's mindset right now. Everybody's got a good look. As long as we can throw strikes and make our spares, we're going to be in good shape.
All right, well, good luck to you guys today, too. Guys, these are the only 2 teams that have won an Elias Cup, so I'm thinking that these next few games are going to be pretty epic.
PBA Hall of Famer Mark Roth, 6th on the all-time list with 34 titles. And the PBA Mark Roth MVP will be named following this Elias Cup Finals. Mark on hand, and here we go. PBA League for 2016. The Elias Cup winners, 2-time and defending Silver Lake Atom Splitters, take on the original Elias Cup winners, the New York City WTT Kingpins. Randy Peterson, it's Baker competition. So much importance placed on the leadoff player, and Mark Baker going with Matt McNeil out of the gate.
Let's see what kind of reaction there is on the left side of the lake.
Opening pitch in the 2016 PBA League from the left side is high, split 4-7-10.
Good run.
If a player leaves and converts the 7-10 split on today's show, he will earn, or she will earn, the $100,000 Ultimate Spare bonus courtesy of Ultimate Bowling.
I'm guessing he'd probably rather shoot at the 7-10 than the 4-7-10, MJ.
The 100,000 reasons to make the 7-10 and opening frame. Talked to managers yesterday, and they all stressed the importance of a good start.
Yeah, it just fires the rest of the team up. Anytime you're in the Baker format, this kind of competition, you want to get off to a quick start. And the leadoff position is very important.
Here's your champion, Mike Fagan.
Sorry, here's a guy who's been here before. McNeil, kind of a newcomer.
Fagan delivers. And Bopo on its feet early and will be often throughout the course of this competition. Standing room to the left of the players and to the right of the players. Here at Bayside Bowl, and the first pitch for Jesper Svensson, the sensation from Gothenburg, Sweden. Just 3 years on tour, and he's amassed 4 titles to this point, including the Tournament of Champions. Both lefties open for Silver Lake, and Jesper Svensson drops the rack.
Jesper Svensson. He's a rock star, man.
Is there anything he can't do?
What a perfect setting for him. Boy.
John Zerbinski bowling the second for the New York City WTT Kingpins. He's 28, looking for his first national PBA Tour title. He is a former member of Team USA and a collegiate player as well, so he is more than familiar with the team competition. New York City, Shaker 7 prevents the double.
Mike, let's talk a little oil pattern. 42 feet in length, the PBA League pattern. Got a little bit of help in the middle part of the lane with some nice lubricity there. I think this is going to be a very high-scoring event.
Tinted blue, just like the blood running through the lobsters in this part of the country. Single pin pickup for the New York City WTT Kingpins, managed by Carolyn Doran Ballard. And now Mark Baker's Silver Lake Adams splitters. Baker deciding to put future Hall of Famer Chris Barnes in the middle of this lineup. He'll bowl the 3rd and the 8th frame. 5 players combined in team scoring. And it's a best-of-2 match. First team to win 2 matches will advance. And if we tie, we'll ring the bell and go to roll-off here at Bayside. 3rd frame. Barnes on the strike and a double.
Yeah, Mr. Big Shot comes up big once again for Silver Lake. Working on a strike, even though they have the open frame in the first. Chris Barnes shreds the rack, and now the deficit for them is just 1.
First shot for Scott Norton. 3 tour titles, including a major 34 out of Mission Viejo, California. The California attorney from the left side, 3rd frame. And a 10-pin. Carolyn Doran Ballard stressing Scott's positive energy and what he brings to the team. He's able to enjoy the moment yet have fun at the same time.
Yeah, but nothing positive about that messenger 10-pin there. 3 shots in the pocket, only 1 strike, and that was by Fagan in the first. Not able to take advantage of the opening.
Spare for Norton. It's the opening.
That was better.
Real good.
Baker game will go 2 games to decide who will win.
So it's going to strike on that one.
Communication important between the manager and player. Back over to Silver Lake and Tom Doherty's 41 out of Riverview, Florida. PBA Tour titleist at the World Series of Bowling, 4th frame. Doherty didn't like it. Hands in front of the eyes, high, and a 6-pin.
Big pull to the left for Doherty. only leaving the 6 pin. With a spare here, it's still a 1-pin match.
Covers the spare, does Doherty. Randy, how do the players deal with an environment that is totally foreign? In singles competition, this is not the case. For the team competition, completely different.
Well, the players that were here last year have a head start. You know, they're used to this, but you're right. It's an environment unlike any other.
Marshall Kent for the Kingpins. 4th frame. You got a 1-pin lead here in the first Baker game and a flat 10-pin.
Every ball in the pocket for the Kingpins. Only 1 strike, and that was in the first frame.
Kent cross lane. Bellies the 10-pin out. Spare conversion. Safe.
I've never seen players hyperventilating after making a single pin spare, but that's what this atmosphere will do to you.
The Mark Roth MVP from a season ago, the 2-time and defending Silver Lake Adam Splitters, and now Dick Allen once again manning the anchor position. Over 3rd arrow and the pesky 7.
Good pitch. Good pitch. Come on.
All right. I'm not sure Dick Allen feels any pressure. I think it's just, you know, it's his MO that pressure. What's pressure? Another pocket shot that doesn't strike early on. Some real funky carry.
Talked to Mark Baker prior to the competition, and Dick Allen, one of those personalities, the lights don't affect him.
A lot of celebrities in the house. We got Big Earn McCracken, the Dude, Walters here.
Friends from the Big Lebowski joining us as the big heads with the real heads. And now Pete Weber for the Kingpins at the age of 53, still a factor on both Pro Tours. And he's tight in the pocket, and he avoids the 4-10 split.
I don't think he's too upset with that, though, MJ, because that could have been a split. That was drifting pretty high, tripped the 4-7 late, only leaving the 10-pin. But if he converts, it'll be 4 consecutive 9 spares for the Kingpins.
And a missed single pin. That happened quite a bit in the early going before players adapted to the energy here at Bayside Bowl. The teams will flip lanes in both the second half of Game 1. Opening match coverage in the 2016 PBA League. The PBA League quarterfinals are brought to you by Visit Maine. Discovering your Maine thing begins at visitmaine.com. By Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's leader for a close, comfortable shave, now with new rust-proof aluminum bottoms. By hotelplanner.com, the best place to book hotel rooms. Best rooms, best rate, guaranteed. And by Geico. Over 75 years of savings and service. The Portland Headlight in Cape Elizabeth, Maine has welcomed shipping into Portland Harbor since 1791 and was commissioned by President George Washington. Mark Roth, PBA Hall of Famer, being recognized. The father of the modern Power Game 6 on the all-time list, and from this part of the country, beloved.
Yeah, it's funny. We talk about the two-handers and how unfair it is. They used to say the same thing about Mark Roth when he first came out on tour. Hey, you shouldn't be able to bowl like that.
And oh, did he. And he's with us here. And we will name the Mark Roth MVP following the 2016 PBA League. First of 4 weeks, Mike Jakubowski with Hall of Famer Randy Peterson and Kimberly Pressler. Now Matt McNeil here in the 6th frame in the first of our 2-game match. And McNeil with the 7 Kingpin.
Lost the heel.
Nice looking shot there by Matt, but again, just some unusual pin carry. We have 3 strikes and 11 shots thrown.
It's my stop. It's my
in game 1.
Mark Baker going with the pick of McNeil. He's not won on the PBA tour. He just became a PBA member, but his record in team excels with both Wichita State collegiately and with the United States Bowling Congress at their Open Championships, which earned him the nod.
All right, come on, boys.
Mark
Come on now. Pick me up out there. Fill the frame.
Fill the frame, the rallying cry when Baker Team Bowling and Pete Weber failed to fill the frame, and that is the difference in this first game of our 2-game match. Yet to come, Philadelphia versus Portland, the home team.
Mike Fagan in that Sarge Easter grip. Full fingertip, middle finger, conventional ring finger, and he's the only player for the Kingpins to have thrown a strike here in game 1.
Fagan slides out the 5. Look at the pin action.
As my dear friend once said, the Paralyzer 5. Didn't know which way to go down.
Great to see Mike Fagan back out on the PBA Tour, back over to Silver Lake, and it's Jesper Svensson, the youngest ever to win the Tournament of Champions. The left-handed Swede throws 2 racks.
That was savage, throwing the urethane ball. Hey, do you think Mark Baker's clairvoyant when he picked Jesper Svensson for their team? It was before he had won the PBA Tournament of Champions and then went on to win another title.
Baker had seen Svensson in competition and said when he gets it, he gets it. And now Zerbinski trying to even things up for the Kingpin. 7th frame. Double! Steady Eddie is what Carolyn Doran-Ballard calls Zerbinski. Solid, and the solid double evens things up despite the Weber Open. Chris Barnes, future Hall of Famer in the PBA. Chosen by Mark Baker just for the sheer respect factor, if not for his sheer physical talent. Chris Barnes, according to Baker, 100% all in every day. Even in game 1, 8th frame, Barnes for the splitters. Solid pocket hit, and Silver Lake takes a 10-pin lead.
If both teams strike out, we will have a tie, 236 apiece.
We're going to get you into these shirts, but you're going to have a lab coat on after.
Half a point each if they tie this game.
Come on, Scott.
Norton for the Kingpins, trying to even things up with another strike, 8th frame. And he gets it, even.
First half of the game, nobody can strike. Second half of the game, everybody's striking.
And now teams dialing in, getting used to the atmosphere. The one thing professional bowlers do is adapt, and they've each had a shot in the horseshoe, and now they're starting to dial in on this 42-foot lane pattern, tinted in blue. Doherty, 9th frame. The setup man gets the job done. Sets it up for the anchor. 10-pin lead for Silver Lake.
A little better. Yeah, I actually felt my first and second step that time.
Marshall Kent looking to even things up here in the 9th frame and set up the 10th for PDW.
Carolyn Doran-Ballard calling Marshall Kent a hard worker. As a bowler and as an athlete, he can be great. According to Carolyn, 9th frame. Great shot for Kent. Ties it up.
I've seen Marshall Kent do some amazing things with a bowling ball. He's a gym rat, great physical shape. I've even seen him throw it with 2 hands. You ought to see that because it's impressive.
Down the line, baby.
We go to the 10th frame, all tied for Dick Allen, the Mark Roth PBA League MVP from a season ago. 10th frame, anchor players. And 6 around the 10.
Weber's got a chance. He'll need the first hit in the 10th frame.
Yeah, it was a good shot. I just need to be in that red ball, I think.
Cross lane spare conversion for Dick Allen, now 215 max for the Silver Lake Atom Splitters.
Thought about switching to the red ball on the first shot, too.
And Pete Weber will get a chance to atone for his open frame. Players talking strategy for Dick Allen, and a ball change and perhaps taking a little time, Randy. Not the worst thing to do if you want to keep Weber cool for another 30 seconds.
Ball change. This is the one he wanted to throw the first shot in the 10th. And that's why. Weber must strike first ball. 9 spare strike, we have a tie.
Weber missed the 10 pin in the 5th frame, but now he can make up for it. 4-bagger working 10th frame strike for the win here in game 1. Light. And he got the 4 to fall. Game 1 on the board for the New York City WTT KingPins.
Area checking.
Well, that ball took its time getting back to the pocket, but when it did, it was almost like the Pins knew it was PDW throwing that bowling ball. Hit him thin and watch him spin, baby.
And a little extra. Bowl Portland in full voice here in our opening match of the 2016 PBA League. And game 1 goes to the New York City WTT KingPins. They win the second game, they will advance. Silver Lake needs to win game 2 to force a roll-off here at Bayside Bowl. City up 1-0 over Silver Lake. When we return, we'll flash back at Dick Allen's MVP performance from a year ago.
Yeah.
The opening match of the 2016 PBA League in pursuit of the Elias Cup is underway at Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine. And this Ebonite flashback going back to the 2015 Elias Cup Finals. Dick Allen unconscious.
Every time his team needed him to come through, he did. He got him in a roll-off. They won that. In the trios, Richie Allen helped his team bowl 297. And then needing just a mark to win the Elias Cup. He was perfect.
Earning himself the Mark Roth MVP award, as well as of the devotion of his teammates and the great fans here at Bayside Bowl. Kimberly Pressler is standing by with the manager of Silver Lake. Kimberly.
Thanks, Mike. I'm down here with Mark Baker. Mark, you guys are in unfamiliar territory. You're down a game. What adjustments do you have to make?
We just got to get started a little better. You don't want to leave it up to Pete Weber to strike. He's one of the probably the greatest of all time. He did his job. Now it's time for us to do our job.
Well, talking about Pete, we just found out that the KingPins have switched up their lineup. They switched Kent and Weber. Are there any lineup changes for you guys?
I got him right where I want him. We're going to get him this game.
All right, they sound confident. Guys, back to you.
Kimberly mentioning the lineup change for the KingPins. Pete Weber will now be the setup man, bowling 4th and 9th, setting up Marshall Kent.
Had to be a really tough decision for Carolyn Doran-Ballard, removing arguably one of the greatest players ever from that anchor position, but it did look like Marshall Kent's ball reaction was better. Weber in the 10th frame went light, made an adjustment, went through the nose. You don't want to see that. The manager had to make the decision. We'll see if it pans out for them.
Carolyn Doran-Ballard sharing the decision-making with the great Pete Weber, and Weber will now set up Kent coming up in game 2. New York City up a game, looking to close out and advance in the PBA League.
I like this. Coming right behind us.
A new tradition started for the 2016 PBA League as the 2015 PBA Elias Cup winners treated to a lobster dinner fit for champions. Lobster rolls followed by whole crustaceans.
I did the rookie treatment on that.
Very kind for Maine Lobsters to provide this feast for our Elias Cup champions.
Nice to see Dick Allen using a
That's
fork.
good Maine lobster.
And we weren't invited.
I am disappointed.
Let's take a look at our track tech talk and show you where the Adams splitters are playing. Matt Neal right around second arrow. Jesper just a little bit inside of that with urethane. Now for the righties, they're all over the place. Right as second arrow, straight and hard as Barnes. Doherty's in the fourth arrow. And Dick Allen in between the two, feeding it from third arrow out to about that 7 or 8 board.
WTT Kingpins of New York City up 1-0 over the Silver Lake Adams Splitters. With a win, WTT Kingpins would advance. With a Silver Lake win, we'd be tied at 1. We'd ring the bell and go to roll-off here at Bayside Bowl. Mike Fagan on top. We're bowling on lanes 6 and 7 here at Bayside. That's why you notice the ball returns left and right. We're in the center of the house, and Mike Fagan is in the center of the action here in the PBA League. Game 2 opening shot. Fagan knocks the 10 away.
Go. I think this would be considered an upset if the Kingpins were able to win this game and eliminate Mark Baker and his Adams Splitters from this competition.
McNeil looking for a better start for Silver Lake, and he delivers. 4 slaps the 7 away.
Time is it. Let me hear you. 4 left.
It's got a nice game. Nice, simple, smooth action to the foul line.
John Zerbinski, a member of that initial New York City WTT Kingpin 2013 Elias Cup winning team. Second frame here in game 2.
Solid hit.
USA! USA!
Rolltech stats. Jesper Svensson atop the PBA Tour average leaders at better than 228. The current top candidate for PBA Player of the Year. Two-handed from the left side. Brings it back, but doesn't get the 7 that time.
A little soft on the 7 pinpoint. He got that one wide, and it still made it all the way back.
Svensson, a competitor on the European Bowling Tour. He now owns 4 PBA Tour titles early in his career. And he covers the 7 pin.
Just a real likable young man.
Scott Norton, member of Team USA in 2001 and Junior Team USA in 2000. And 7 pin.
Another soft 7 for the other lefty on the Kingpins.
And slides the 7 away. They call him Sunshine here in the Bowl Portland community with a big smile. And here's your Barbasol close shave of the day, sliding away the 7. California attorney Scott Norton gets the job done. Now, Chris Barnes for Silver Lake operating in the 3rd frame. Down a game, trailing by 9 here early in game 2. Barnes tight on the nose of the big 4.
That ball broke loose, getting down the lane there, went right through the schnoz, leaving the 4, 6, 7, 10. Big 4. Only made once on television. by a guy that, I don't know, you may have heard of him, Walter Ray Williams something Jr. Yeah, that's
Walter Ray coming up with his Brooklyn styles a little bit later in our competition as Barnes 7 count on the big 4, and now the lineup change necessitating Pete Weber will now be the setup man, bowling the 4th and 9th for New York City, a member of that 2013 Kingpin Club, winning the Elias Cup.
interesting shot coming up here for Weber on this right lane. He moved in a little bit from when he went high in the 10th frame of the last game.
Jump on it. Light.
And he gets a little mojo 5 from one of the greatest of all time, Mark Roth.
Tom Doherty up for Silver Lake, a PBA Tour champion at the World Series of Bowling. He's the setup man. He needs to set it up for the anchor. And he's high on the nose, and it's the 3, 6, 7, and the 10.
Oh my. Looked like a good shot, just overhooked. I think the same thing happened to Barnes. And now Silver Lake Atom Splitters are in big trouble, and we're only through 4 frames. He liked it, and it just breaks loose, goes right through the face, leaving the 3, 6, 7, 10.
Doherty slides it past the 3 and an 8 count and out, and a big lead now. New York City up a game and a big lead here in game 2. Marshall Kent with a strike working can increase the big lead for New York City. Kent looking for a little extra time, takes the re-rack. And now fresh set of pins and 5th frame strike working for New York City here in the 5th. Arrow pitch, delivers a strike and a big double for New York.
The 23-year-old steps up and just pures it. It's only a matter of time before he wins on the PBA Tour stateside. Just a great talent.
It needs to start and finish with Dick Allen. They need a big string of strikes, down 48 in a game, 5th frame anchor player for the Atom Splitters. Allen delivers, he slaps the 10 out. Second half of our opening match will roll on at Bayside Bowl in the PBA League. Can Silver Lake maintain a big comeback in pursuit of their 3rd straight Elias Cup? Silver Lake PBA's Extra Frame is your home for exclusive live coverage of the PBA, PBA 50, and PWBA tours. This week, Extra Frame is streaming live from the PBA 50 Tour event in Florida and the PBA Tour event in Illinois. Don't miss a minute of the action. Yearly, monthly, and 3-day subscriptions are available. Click on the Extra Frame link at PBA.com today for more information. New York City WTT Kingpins up a game and up 48 pins, trying to extinguish the Silver Lake Atom Splitters, who must put a string of strikes together.
Okay.
New York City WTT Kingpins are managed by Hall of Famer Carolyn Doran-Ballard, one of the all-time great ladies of the game.
Yeah, she's a great person as well. 22-time titleist. Like you said, Hall of Famer, married to Del Ballard Jr., who's a PBA and USBC Hall of Famer. I'll tell you that when they made Carolyn, they broke the mold. She is one of a kind, just a great, great person. He didn't like the shot. Said he threw it horrible. But you can really see the left lane breaking loose. Either more angle, less bowling ball, or he's got to move deeper. The key now, though, is with a 45-pin lead, is to fill frames, no opens.
Good cover for Fagan, working currently at the University of California, Berkeley, working on his MBA, and here's a sliding 3 down in this hammer tough spare replay.
Perfect conversion on the 3-6-10. Try to cover all 3 pins with a bowling ball. Now it's must-strike time for the Atom Splitters.
McNeil in the 6th, and he delivers a strike.
We're not out yet. No freebies. No freebies, Mott. Let's go. Come on.
McNeil firing up at a must strike, cuts the lead to 35.
You think Matt's into it? Yeah, nice shot, Matt.
Bowled collegiately under Gordon Vatican as a graduate student at Wichita State, as did this collegiate player, John Zerbinski, on the other side for the KingPins. 7th frame. White blows the 4 out.
Here's what's left, minus right.
Well, this ball goes out for a burger and fries and comes back with steak and baked potato. Look at this wheel job. Comes back light, shreds the rack, and Zerbinski says, yeah, we're not going anywhere either.
Another important shot for Silver Lake. They can cut the lead to 25. 7th frame. Here comes Jesper. Oh! Drills it straight back.
Come on. Here we go. How about that?
Jesper Svensson making
guys,
friends
settle
in
in.
Maine. And the lead is 25. Silver Lake still alive.
This is just filthy, this action here. And the stuff that he puts on a urethane bowling ball, pretty fun to watch.
Now Scott Norton up for New York City. They have a strike working now thanks to Zerbinski. And Norton can re-extend out to 35 with a strike. Getting late in our second game.
Huge. That's huge. Lead goes back to 35. The momentum continues. They're in the 220s now, high 220s. The best the Atom Splitters can shoot if they strike out is 231.
Atom Splitters backs against the wall down by 35. Barnes can cut it back to 25 with a strike. 8th frame. And Barnes with the light hit shakes the rack out. They needed a string of strikes. They're starting to build that string of strikes. Turkey working. Make that a 4-bagger working. Keyed by Dick Allen.
The attitude's the same for all the players on that side. It's must-strike territory. Now Weber, 9th frame.
And the lineup change. Weber now the setup man. Light.
Yeah!
Bang!
Come on! Let's do it!
Weber trying to put an end to the shenanigans of the Silver Lake Atom Splitters. What a great shot. That puts them in the 230s.
Doherty in the setup role. 4-bagger working. Must extend the string of strikes to keep Silver Lake alive for a 3rd Elias Cup. 9th frame. Doherty shakes the rack out, and they all fall down.
Good count to mark here in the 10th frame by Marshall Kent. And the upset will be complete.
Carolyn Doran Ballard is convinced that Marshall Kent can not only be good, he can be great and could be the next Weber or Duke. That's how highly Carolyn Doran Ballard speaks of Marshall Kent. 10th frame. 10 pin.
Has to make spare and 7. If he misses the 10 pin, we saw Weber do it in game 1. The Atom Splitters can strike out and take game 2.
Perfect cover.
7 pins.
5-time and current member of Team USA, three-time member of Junior Team USA, Marshall Kent, working his way through international competition, PBA Tour competition. He won his first PBA Tour title overseas in Saudi Arabia in the 2014 Kingdom International Open. Looking to put away the two-time Elias Cup winners.
This guy is a future superstar on the PBA Tour.
New York City has eliminated the two-time defending Elias Cup champions. They move on to the semifinals of the PBA League.
Well, it was a nice run for Mark Baker and his team, winning back-to-back. They got into trouble early here in game 2 with back-to-back open frames in the 3rd and the 4th, and was never able to recover from that deficit.
Kimberly Pressler is laneside.
I sure am. I'm with a very excited KingPins team now. You guys really fought to the very end. So, Carolyn, you decided at the last moment to switch Marshall and Pete. Why did you decide to do that?
Well, I mean, Pete is the greatest bowler of all time, but his reaction wasn't as great as Marshall's was. So we just figured we'd flip-flop them. The chemistry was still there from top to the bottom, and it worked.
It totally seemed to work. Now, Pete, when you got into that new position you set up for Marshall, it worked for you. What clicked with your mind?
I just took the advice of my other players. I moved a little bit farther left on the approach, made sure I got through the shot and followed through, and then I got the reaction that I was looking for. But, you know, me being 4th and Marshall being 5th, the young kid should be 5th. Got nerves of steel.
All right, well, congratulations to you guys. You guys have beat the defending champions. You move on to the semifinals.
Take a little pressure off of the old guy, Zerbinski, and the rest of the KingPins with the big upset. More to come from Portland, Maine.
The PBA League quarterfinals are brought to you by BJ's. Amazing prices on top quality brands from groceries to electronics. By bowlingball.com. It's where bowlers go. By Rolltech. Try Rolltech Action Bowling's daily contests and win real cash using your league scores. Make your mark. And by Storm, where innovation and passion collide. Storm is the bowler's company. Maine has 3,478 miles of coastline. That's more than the state of California. Beautiful state of Maine. PBA League bracket and the Silver Lake Atom Splitters have been eliminated. New York City WTT KingPins 2-0 over Silver Lake. Kimberly Pressler is laneside.
Disappointing loss for this team, but you know what? You guys fought to the very end out there. Chris, what do you feel went wrong?
We got off to a bad start. I threw a terrible shot after the break and got us kind of behind early, and that's been the key to success the last couple of years. Is we get off to early leads and we never give up. We come back and won matches, but getting off to a good start was the key. And I let our guys down, and we made a run at it, but they didn't give us any room. They finished all the way to the end.
They did finish strong, but you guys tried really hard, and you can't be too disappointed. You guys have won this 2 years in a row. Not the way you wanted to end this one, but you've got to be pretty proud of your team still.
Oh, these guys did great. We gave them a hell of a run. We had won 6 matches in a row, and that's why you play sports. You never know who's going to win.
All right, thank you guys so much for your time, and hopefully we'll see you guys next year.
Mike Jakubowski with Hall of Famer Randy Peterson and Mark Baker's club. Many consider them the favorites, are out of this competition.
Yeah, the 2 open frames early in that second game was their downfall. Not to mention the fact that the KingPins kept striking and didn't really give them a chance to get back into that game.
The Pittsburgh Jackrabbits, original PBA League franchise, transferring to Bayside Bowl to become the Portland Lumberjacks. Randy, there's going to be a big hometown advantage. Will it factor for Portland's favor?
What do you think? I mean, if you thought it was loud in here during our last match, you haven't seen anything yet. Portland now has its own team, and the Lumberjacks are here to chop some serious wood in the form of bowling pins.
It will be a sea of green. And now let's meet the hometown Portland Lumberjacks.
We're the home team.
This is our house. Lumberjacks.
Getting ready to chop some wood.
Lumberjacks.
The lineup for the Portland Lumberjacks. Leading off, the 2014 PBA League Elias Cup champion from Roseburg, Oregon, Brian Smith. In the 2 spot, a 14-time PWBA Tour champion with 6 major titles from Cheektowaga, New York, Liz Johnson. Bowling third, a 5-time PBA Tour champion with 1 major title from Espoo, Finland, Asku Palerma. The setup man in the 4-hole, a 5-time PBA Tour champion with 1 major title from Cheektowaga, New York, Ryan Simonelli. Bowling anchor, a 10-time PBA Tour champion with 1 major title from Pflugerville, Texas, Wes Malott. The Portland Lumberjacks are managed by 3-time World Amateur Bowler of the Year, Tim Mack. Here are the Philadelphia Hitmen.
The Hitmen are going to throw a few of these at you, Portland. So you better be ready.
Four-bagger, low shedder.
The Hitmen are taking aim at the Elias Cup.
Messenger, down goes the tag. Hitman. The lineup for the Philadelphia Hitmen. Leading off, he owns 1 PBA Tour title from Avon, Ohio, Chris Lowshedder.
Little man. All right, here we go, buddy.
In the 2 spot, he owns 1 PBA Tour title from Beaver Creek, Ohio, Dave Wadka. Bowling third, a 2-time PBA Tour champion with 1 major title from Saginaw, Michigan, Tom Smallwood.
Little man. Come on.
The setup man in the 4-hole, the 2007-8 PBA Tour Rookie of the Year from Orlando, Florida, Rhino Page. Bowling anchor, a 4-time PBA Tour champion with 1 major title from Colchester, England, Dom Barrett. The Philadelphia Hitmen are managed by PBA Hall of Famer Jason Couch.
Let's go.
The Philadelphia Hitmen and the hometown Portland Lumberjacks will do battle. PBA League quarterfinal action rolls on at Bayside Bowl.
Ready.
Non-traditional tailgate activities taking place behind Bayside Bowl. Randy, the Lumberjacks take their lumberjacking seriously.
That's way too early to have that kind of workout, my friend. Look at him go. That's good stuff.
Inside Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine as the PBA League quarterfinals roll on. Kimberly Pressler is with both of our managers.
I sure am, and it's extremely loud down here, and that's because the Portland Lumberjacks, the hometown team, is getting ready to bowl. Tim, that's your team. What advantage, if any, do you think you have because you guys are the hometown team? You got this crowd behind you 100%.
Well, there'll be nobody getting down no matter what happens. I just think this crowd is going to electrify our team, hopefully get us off to a good start, and we got to use it to our advantage. So I'm really happy to be the home team, and let's go Lumberjacks.
All right, good luck to you guys. Thank you so much, Tim. Jason, not only do you go up against this team, but you got to go up against this crowd. How does that change your mental strategy for your team coming into today?
I designed my team to combat this right here. I have no doubt in my mind my boys will step up to the plate.
All right, you sound confident. Good luck to you guys today. Guys, back to you in the booth.
Randy Peterson, is there a better manager for the task?
I think both players are great managers, quite honestly. But the Lumberjacks look like they actually have a couple players on that team that could be Lumberjacks. Our format, the best of two Baker team matches. Teams advance by winning both games. If you split, there will be a roll-off. You know, when you look at the Lumberjacks, you got Tim Mack, who could certainly wheel an axe. I think Brian Smith, being from the Northwest, has probably chopped down a tree or two. Ryan Simonelli could probably chop down a tree just with his left arm. And then you got Big West Milan.
Masters champion Brian Smith gets it going for the hometown Lumberjacks. Chops down 10.
That's what we needed.
Deafening.
Tim Mack felt the hometown advantage would be good for one shot a game in momentum. And now into the teeth of the hometown crowd, the Philadelphia Hitmen and Chris Loschetter, PBA Tour champion out of Avon, Ohio, gets the opening shot, as signed by manager Jason Couch. Loschetter sends it wide, doesn't get all the way back. 2-8 double wood.
Just a little bit light. Now he's going to try to get that bowling ball to hook into the 2 and cover that back pin, the 8 pin.
And good cover, spare on the board for the Philadelphia Hitmen. Jason Couch saying, when dealing with this type of environment, you can either be immune to it or feed off it. Randy, you were the kind of player that fed off it. How can it play with the hometown?
I'd rather be on the home team than on the visiting team, Mike.
Liz Johnson for the hometown Portland Lumberjacks with the strike working. First of our two-game Baker match. Liz chops the 5 into the 7. Double on the board for Portland.
How about a little girl power and saw on the rack?
Dave Watka, the veteran presence for Jason Couch, will man the 2nd and 7th frames out of Beaver Creek, Ohio, with a PBA Tour title. Quarter century as a touring professional. Watka. And that's what pros do, Randy.
And the crowd goes mild.
They do indeed.
Mild.
Mild. All right, Jason Couch. Not afraid of the spotlight. And neither is this man, the twin Finn, Oscar Palermo. 5-time PBA Tour titleist, 7 years on tour. Former world champion major title winner, Oscar, working for the Portland Lumberjacks.
Oh my!
Light 4.
That was like a messenger 4-pin. Watch this crazy pin action from the two-hander. It looked like the head pin went behind it. It did. It went behind the forehead. It's ridiculous.
Palermo on the spare two-handed conversion, been a member of Team Finland since 2004.
You know, I love doing shows here, Mike, because no matter how loud I get, I can't talk over this great crowd. I don't have the players turning around looking at me.
It's an unbelievable environment, standing room only, left and right. The players are in, we call the horseshoe here. It's Philadelphia versus Portland, and our first look at Tom Smallwood for Philly. Third frame with the strike working. Smallwood splits the 8 and the 9, and he doubles. It's a one-pin lead for Philly in the teeth of the home crowd.
I said, get through. Go with them. Well, no, I moved for the left way. Just like
I think Tom Smallwood thought that was a little bit left of target, but it held nicely and drives all 10 in the pit. Now, Ryan Simonelli.
Oh, quick for around the 7. Simonelli, college rookie of the year, first team All-American at Erie Community College back in 4-5. No stranger to team play.
That was a violent ringing 7.
Every manager spoke to the team camaraderie concept is so important, and it's so fulfilling to compete and succeed as a team.
Now, the whole thing is taking advantage of strikes that are up, and when it's your turn and your team's working on 1, 2, 3 strikes, you have to somehow find a way to keep that string going, and that's going to be the difference in matches. Avoid open frames at all costs.
The intensity of Rhino Page working on some strikes for the Hitmen. Fourth frame, 7-time member of Team USA. And another ringing 7.
Shot. Both left-handers lead ringing 7s. Simonelli's just a little bit faster than Rhino's, but identical hits for around the 7 pin.
Page's team experience with Team USA also was an All-American at Kansas back in the 4-5 season. Team play collegiately and internationally. Good cover for Rhino Page. He fills the frame. It's a one-pin advantage for the Philadelphia Hitmen, taking on the hometown Portland Lumberjacks in Game 1 of this 2-game Baker match. Winner advances to the PBA League semifinals, and now big Wes Malott. Tallest tree of the bunch for the Portland Lumberjacks. Future Hall of Famer of the PBA, 10 touring titles.
He doesn't need an axe. He just rips the trees out of the ground, roots and all.
3-time Team USA member is Wes Malott in 2010 and 11. His first shot is a 10 pin. Lumberjacks opening double, but 9 counts since then.
They could have had the front 5 easy. Crazy pin carry for Osku in the 3rd, followed by that vicious ringing 7 by Simonelli, and now Wes is ringing 10.
Spare for Malott. Anchor play shifting now to the Philadelphia Hitmen. The man in the 5th and 10th is Dom Barrett, PBA World Champion, representing England. He's got 4 touring titles. Strikes in the 5th, and the Philadelphia Hitmen have taken a 2-pin lead halfway home. Teams will flip lanes. The hometown Portland Lumberjacks have the hometown support as Jason Couch and the Philadelphia Hitmen trying to hold back the axe. The PBA Elias Cup, named for PBA founder Eddie Elias, established the Professional Bowlers Association back in 1958, and the Elias Cup, proudly bearing the Elias name, will belong to the winner of this 2016 PBA League. Welcome inside Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine. Mike Jakubowski with Hall of Famer Randy Peterson and Kimberly Pressler halfway in our opening 1 of 2. Portland Lumberjacks, hometown team, trail by 2. Philadelphia Hitmen with 3 out of 4 strikes to take that short lead. First team to win 2 will move on to the semifinals. Here's Brian Smith for the Portland Lumberjacks. In the nose, and the baby split, 3-10.
We saw that in our last match when the players flip-flopped lanes and went to the left lane. They found more hook than they thought they were going to run into. Brian Smith goes through the nose and nice conversion on the 310, MJ.
Brian Smith, co-owner of 10 Down Bowling and Entertainment, 34 lanes in Roseburg, Oregon, and the perfect conversion of the baby split.
It was not.
Team communication, an important factor in this Baker team competition. Shifting now to the Philadelphia Hitmen. Important shot for Chris Loschetter, leadoff player. Can extend the Hitmen lead with a strike. 6th frame. Just wide of the 4th arrow. Light hit. Flat 10.
Loesch leaving the 2-8. His first time up. Now a little soft 10. Again, the key is filling frames. You got to avoid open frames at all costs. Loeschetter just staring down the 10 pin.
Spare for Loschetter. He sends that 10 across the deck.
A little double dribble there on that attempt.
Good path for the ball and a good spare. And now Liz Johnson in the hometown Bowl Portland community behind Liz Johnson, the Columbia 300 fun fact. Matt McNeil, Jesper Svensson, and everyone making their first PBA League debut. Johnson, 7-10 split.
How about the ultimate 7-10 split conversion for 100K?
We just saw the 10 come across the deck. It is possible. $100,000 on the ultimate spare if Liz can convert to 7-10. An open frame for Portland. 132 open through the 7th. And back over to Philly, and Dave Wonka filling the 2nd and 7th Baker team competition. 5 players combining for 1 team score. Best of 2 game match here in game 1. 17-pin lead for Philly. Here's Wonka in the 7th. Oh, 2-4-8-10 split.
Right out of the 7-10 by Liz Johnson. Wonka gets up and goes 2-4-8-10. Potential open frame, but a loss of count as well. He's going to throw the big slow hook over here into the 2-pin, throw the 2 over into the 10. The ball will take out the 4 and the 8.
Couch assessing with Watka.
I don't know. They get 3.
Couch advising take the 3. Couch advising to go for the count here.
Come on, pick us up. Come on, pick us up.
Good strategy by going for the 3 pins. They still
I thought it was good.
Maintain a 2-pin advantage. Back-to-back opens for both teams now. It's time for big Osku Palermo.
2006 World Bowling Writers Bowler of the Year, 32 years of age, Palermo. Hometown Lumberjacks, and he's light, 2-4.
Teams have changed lanes after 5 frames. No one's struck yet. And it's gotten noticeably quieter in this building.
One thing Jason Couch mentioned, if there's any way to take the crowd out and take that energy out, that will be Philadelphia's advantage.
Well, I think this guy stepping up now for Philly is probably going to make a great shot and strike here. He's so good, especially under pressure.
Couch said Smallwood's might go with the flow guy. 8th frame. Smallwood delivers. Strike.
Give me a puddle. Give me a puddle.
Hall of Famer with the bowling ball and with the microphone. Jason Couch managing the Philadelphia Hitmen. 16 career PBA Tour titles, 4 majors, including 3 consecutive Tournament of Champions wins.
Only player ever to do that.
Simonelli from the left side. He slaps away the 7. And that crowd is going to come back now.
Something to cheer about. Von Ryan Express with 10 in the pit. Now it's Rhino Page, or as we like to call him, his buddies, it's Rhino Page style.
Rhino Page over here, now he's over there, 9th frame. Double can extend the lead and put an axe in the spokes. Roller!
Oh.
No, 7 pin.
That would have been huge because a strike there and they can shut out Portland. Spare here, the best they can shoot, 204. Portland Lumberjacks and Big West Malak can strike out for 212.
Page coming back from surgery in July of 2013 to repair a torn tendon and partially torn ligament in his left wrist.
Look out.
And that is a missed spare.
Oh my.
Play.
Oh my.
My bad, boys.
Looked like he lost a little footing there. Looked like he slipped going into the foul line. Rhino Page, an excellent spare shooter.
Potential momentum swing now.
Potential? Oh no, it's already swung.
As Wes Malak can seal the deal. Ball in hand here, 10th frame.
First strike's the winner. Oh, spare strike. We have the possibility of a tie.
In that event, the team would split the 1 point for the team win, and it would be winner take all in game 2.
Wes Malak, the only player I know that's had more nicknames than a PGA Tour player. I think he's on Beast now. It used to be the Big Nasty. I made the mistake of calling him the Kraken once. That didn't go over well.
Strike a lot. Wes Malak.
There's another one.
Trying to get slower, but I got around it. All right. So I'm going to stay in the same spot and just try and roll it.
Tim Mack, one of those folks, Randy, that just has his eyes on everything. He sees the nuances. He sees what needs to be seen.
He knows the sport like no other. He's a great tour representative.
Come on, one time, babe.
He's a great bowler, and he's a great motivator.
Played college football for Joe Paterno at Penn State, the linebacker with the bowling heart. Hometown crowd loves it. 192. Malak fills it up on the fill ball for Portland. And now the math is cut and dried for Dom Barrett.
You heard the discussion. He wanted to roll it more. He kept his hand underneath that one, made the ball face up to the pocket better, and it was 10 in the pit. Dom Barrett needs all 3 now for a tie.
Stay still. Yeah.
Jason Couch calling Dom Barrett a Player of the Year caliber professional out on the PBA Tour. Must have 3 strikes, 10th frame. Perfect first.
Yeah, Dom Barrett's a special talent. He's got some kind of sick game. Uses a lot of imagination in creating ball motion, but probably one of the most unique releases that we have out on the PBA Tour.
Two strikes for the tie would have the point for the game.
Who do you think the fans are rooting for right now?
The fans are rooting for one of those 10 pins to stand to deny Dom the opportunity to tie it up.
You can be PC and say not Dom.
It's the pins that matter, and Barrett flushes 2.
Yeah.
Randy, what's the key to throwing strikes when you need to throw strikes? You've done it.
Having confidence in yourself, confidence in your ability, and then it's just having the right focus and mindset.
Focus and mindset translating to execution. Dom Barrett, one more strike would be a 192 tie, which would have the point.
From a mental standpoint, this shot shouldn't be any different than the first shot he threw in the 10th frame. That's the way you have to think about it. That's the way you have to be focused. See if Don Barrett can throw 10 more in the pit for a tie. Look left.
Oh no! Solid 9 denied! Portland up 1-0. A solid 9 denies Philly, and Portland jumps out to 1-0. Barrett in the 10th for the half. 9 out of 10 won't cut it. Portland up 1. PBA League rolls on at Bayside Bowl. The New York City WTT KingPins have already advanced to the semifinals coming up on May 1st. And Portland by one thin sliver, 1-0 over Philadelphia. Portland needing one more win to join New York City in the semifinals. Expansion coming to Bayside Bowl next year. This beautiful twin-story project with a rooftop lounge. Bayside Bowl adding 8 additional lanes coming next year. Kimberly Pressler is with the impresario of Bayside Bowl.
I sure am, Mike, and I'm also joined by his wife, Kayleen, and their beautiful 6-week baby boy, West Mitchell. Now, Charlie, we just saw all the renovations that are coming for 2017. You know, everyone loves to come here, but next year is going to look amazing. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, you know, Bayside Bowl, we're hoping to be the host of the PBA League for a long time, and part of that is we're building an 8-lane expansion, and it's a little bit of a bowling stadium. We were trying to create a really incredible tournament venue. We're going to have room to get more people in here so we can really bring the fans and support the Lumberjacks even more.
Now, how excited are you guys to have the Lumberjacks here, a hometown team?
Oh, it's pretty incredible. I mean, you can feel the energy in the crowd, and obviously you see my son and my wife dressed up here. The crowd support is incredible, and that was about as exciting as a first win as you could have.
It is definitely exciting. Let's get back to the games.
All right,
guys.
Thank you.
When we return, Portland will try to extinguish Philadelphia's hopes at the Elias Cup, but Philadelphia can win and force a roll-off. Will they ring the bell? Come on back to Bayside Bowl. The Portland Lumberjacks up 1-0 over the Philadelphia Hitmen. PBA League quarterfinal action. Winner advancing to the PBA League semifinals. Philadelphia must force a roll-off by winning here in Game 2. Chris Loschetter leading off. Winner at the 2013 PBA Wolf Open. Wow, skating wide, washout. 1-2-8-10.
There's a little bit of room out there, but not that much. And Loesch gets it wide, leaves the washout. He's going to get his bowling ball over here to the left side of the head pin, throw it into the 10, and the ball will drive the 2 into the 8.
Perfect conversion by Loschetter.
Beautiful shot by Loesch. Take another look. Just like I drew it up, Mike. Left side of the head pin, almost wrapped around the 10, but catches enough of the 10. And all it looks like on the board is a spare. No count lost, no harm done.
Brian Smith, game up for Portland. His first shot, he'll bowl the first and the 6th. 6 around the 10.
I remember Brian last year in this competition being rock solid, always hitting the pocket, keeping the ball in play, converting spares, throwing a lot of strikes, and really being a valuable member of his team and helping his teammates.
Spare for Brian Smith. Tim Mack calls him the quiet assassin.
Just so steady.
That was a good one, too. Oh.
Now Dave Wadka for Philadelphia as the Hitmen try to extend this match into a roll-off. Dave's title coming back in 1999 at the Greater Detroit Open on the PBA Tour. Second frame. Game 2. Full penalty. 3, 4, 6, 7, 10.
We saw it as the undoing in the last matchup between the Atom Splitters and the Kingpins, those open frames. Not only does he lose count here, but if he doesn't convert over into here, throw the 3-pin over into the 4-7, it's going to be an open frame without a conversion. And there it is. You can't afford to have that.
Come on, guys, pick me up.
Games are too short.
Tim Mack picking.
Excuse me, Mike. Match is too short.
Tim Mack picking Liz Johnson for this just situation. She knows who she is, and she sticks to her strengths, which is hitting the pocket and making her spares.
Down and in, a lot like Ryan Smith. Liz Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
I just tried to friggin'
Chopping some wood of her own for the Lumberjacks.
Trying to pump it through the front and make sure I'm red.
Just to the right, a second arrow, Mike J, and shreds the rack.
Back over to Tom Smallwood, operating in the 3rd and 8th for Philly. And Smallwood delivers with a strike, setting up the setup man in the 4th.
So steady is Tom Smallwood.
Tim Mack, speaking of Osku Palermo, he says he has the biggest heart, and Osku is as kind and funny and honest as they come. And Palermo doubles for Portland.
You know, there's a lot of us that think or feel that Osku has not reached his full potential yet. He is an incredibly talented young man, and I don't think he's given us his best yet. I think there's a lot more in the tank.
Page looking to avenge the single pin, which ended up costing Philadelphia in game 1. He gets a re-rack here to reset the deck.
Yeah, if he converts that spare in the 9th frame, they win, based on what Don Barrett did in the 10th.
It's a lot tougher to take when you have 4 teammates counting on you as opposed to singles competition, but now Page, he's up for Philly to get into this Lumberjack lead.
Oh,
7.
Another ring and 7. Rhino Page can't help but smile and go, oh, really? Really, is that how it is? This is where you want to take your shoe off and kind of chuck it down the lane at the 7-pin and then use a few choice words.
He got it that time. Page combining tenacity with confidence. And there's a reason they call him Rhino. But the Philadelphia Hitmen are down 27 and down a game. Now Ryan Simonelli for Portland, double working, 4th frame. Setup man for the Lumberjacks.
Got to stay clean, got to convert the 3, 5, 6.
Backside, Simonelli picks up the spare.
Didn't get it? No, because it was in and it still didn't hit. I had to have been early with the speed. Yeah, just flanked it at the bottom.
Blood, man, no blood.
Covers a cover. Lumberjacks up 1 plus 24 here in game 2. Barrett, victim of that 9-pin, which would have tied game 1. 2013 PBA World Championship winner. At South Point in Las Vegas. Anchor player, 5th frame. Solid strike for Barrett. Barrett setting up the leadoff player.
Well, he's thrown 5 shots. They all look the same. They all face up and just finished dead flush, except this time the ball actually took the 9-pin out.
With Hall of Famer Mark Roth.
You know what Mark Roth was telling Dom? I used to leave solid nines like you did back when you were just a thought.
6 slaps the 10. Big West takes all 10 down. Portland Lumberjacks trying to extinguish the Philadelphia Hitmen. They're up a game. The back half of Game 2 is coming next. Head over to PBA.com to check out the PBA Bowling Challenge mobile game for iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. More than 15 million people have downloaded the popular game, which now features new players, new venues, and new bowling balls. Click on the mobile game link at PBA.com and get started today.
I think we should add a couple of new players to that, like Bigger and McCracken and Roy Munson.
A memorable
Just throwing it out
battle.
there.
And now, Chris Loschetter for the Philadelphia Hitmen needs a strike to cut into this Lumberjack lead. 6th frame here in Game 2. And Loschetter delivers. The light hit takes 10 down, and it's a 14-pin lead, Portland advantage.
Looked like he changed balls and went straighter. Way too much angle the first couple of shots. The last game and then the start of this game, remember, he did go wash out on the right. But that looked way better and a much better result.
Last pitch of Game 2 for Brian Smith. He's been set up by his anchor player. Can extend the lead back out to 24. Smith, ball in hand, 6th frame.
Big shot here. They're working on a double. Huge shot by Brian Smith. Now it's 3 in a row and a 24-pin lead. Looking to close out the Hitmen. Liz Johnson can line up off of Brian Smith, but after that, the rest of the team can't. Everybody else on that team hooks it. Not to mention Ryan Simonelli, who's left-handed.
Watka for Philly, 7th frame. Tight, 4. Roller, no.
Wow, it's trying. A little late.
First team to win 2 moves on in the PBA league. And Dave Watka cleans up the spare, but it's getting late and frames running out for Philadelphia. And now a big shot for Liz Johnson can extend the lead here in the 7th frame.
She's been perfect with the exception of the pocket 7-10.
The 10 to fall. Lead extended. The 35 for Portland. Plus a game.
Now watch this pin action. 6 goes to the sidewall and just wills the 10 to go down. What a great shot by Liz Johnson. Everybody on the team of Portland, by the way, all major championship winners.
Smallwood, the last gasp for Philly. And Tom fills it up. Kicks the 10 out.
Solid, Tom Smallwood. Boy, that's a great word to describe him. Their max score now, Mike J, 222. Portland Lumberjacks already at 227. A strike here, they'll be in the 230s.
Palermo toes the line. 8th frame, strikes working for the hometown Lumberjacks. Cross over the strike.
Wow. You know, if that wasn't the home team that did that, they'd get beat up right now. But when you're the home team, you can get away with that.
The wry smile of Tim Mack spoke volumes.
Brooklyn, wow. Look at Couch. He's not amused.
Page with a handful, no good. 4 around the 7.
Yeah, there's a guy that's bowled pretty well with the exception of whipping that 7-pin the last game, and I think he's left a ring in 7 every time he's let go of the ball. 4 ringing 7s in a row for Rhino Page. I feel you. I feel your pain, brother.
My bad. God, dude.
Coach Couch also feels his pain, both being left-handed. I don't know what kind of advice you would give Rhino if you were Jason. Would you change balls? I mean, that ball looks pretty good going down the lane, and then all of a sudden it's just that same ringing 7 every time. And Ryan Simonelli, well, he's left a 7-pin or 2 himself.
Simonelli to the house for Portland.
Game, set, match.
Way to go, baby.
The X comes out. Portland advancing to the PBA League semifinals will face the New York City WTT Kingpins. Plenty of firepower from Portland as they advance the Big X here in the PBA League. The PBA League quarterfinals are brought to you by HotelPlanner.com. The best place to book hotel rooms, best rate, guaranteed. By BowlingBall.com, it's where bowlers go. By the United States Bowling Congress, creating competitive opportunities at all levels as we build a future for the sport. Visit bowl.com for more. And by Columbia 300, grab some friends, have some fun, let's bowl. PBA League bracket update. New York City 2-0 over the defending Alliance Cup champion Adam Splitters. And the hometown Portland Lumberjacks advance 2-0 over Philadelphia and advance. Our first semifinal matchup is set, New York versus Portland. Time for the Geico Championship recap with Randy.
Hey, Mike. Dick Allen steps up to the 10th frame. Both teams tied going into the 10th. He leaves a 10-pin. Setting the table for Pete Weber. PDW gets up first strike, winner of game 1. The Kingpins would change their lineup for game 2. Chris Barnes, 4th frame, big 4. Scott Norton, strike in the 8th. PDW, strike in the 9th. And that's all she wrote. They win quarterfinal number 1, 2-0. Then it was the Hitmen and the hometown Lumberjacks. Wes Malott strikes. Last ball in the 10th, forcing Dom Barrett to strike out. He gets the first 2, solid 9. Game 1 goes to Portland. Then in game 2, Brian Smith with a strike. Liz Johnson with a strike. Oscar Palermo with a strike. Ryan Simonelli strikes. Big West strikes. They finish the game with the last 6. 256-190, game 2 winner. They move on.
Kimberly Pressler is laneside with our winners.
This crowd just went crazy when you guys won. You can see the Lumberjack has joined us. You guys got a 6-team member down here. But Tim, talk to me a little bit about these games because you struggled a little bit in the first one, but you guys pulled through. What changed for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we got off to a good start. We just couldn't get the ball to go through the pins the right way. Guys stayed patient, and the match was close. So I think we stuck to our game plan about not panicking and just made some baby moves amongst the transition. And the guys bowled really good. And our special girl, Lizzie, she came through for us. So we're really happy to be going to the next round. And, you know, this crowd here is going to give us an opportunity to take it home.
Now, we talked in the beginning about this crowd and how it would be an advantage for you. How much did these guys play in your win today?
I think it's huge because, when Lizzie left the 7-10, nobody got down. The crowd kept our energy up and our level up. And when that happens and you stay positive, if you believe, you can achieve. And that's exactly what happened.
Well, congratulations to you guys. You now move on to the semifinals and go up against the Kingpins. Good luck to you guys.
Back half of the quarterfinal draw next Sunday on ESPN. PBA Tour action continues with the PBA League quarterfinals next Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. quarterfinal action, producing an upset of the two-time defending Elias Cup champions. New York City moves on. Also hometown victory as the Portland Lumberjacks set up an East Coast semifinal. For Randy Peterson and Kimberly Pressler, this is Mike Jakubowski. Don't miss more action from Bayside Bowl next Sunday. It's the PBA League.